Welcome, Transformers fans. My name is Composite EnerJoe, and today I will bring you my review of the Transformers 2017 Robots in Disguise Combiner Force Ultra B Combiner Team. And here they are. From right to left, we have Strong Arm in her police truck mode, Sideswipe in his red race car mode, well, which kind of looks like a Lamborghini in my opinion. Then you have Bumblebee in his muscle car mode, which has an actual name, but I do not remember what it was called. To be perfectly honest, I don't. And Grimlock in his green dino mode. And then you have this piece right here, which is the rest of Grimlock's tail, which I'm just going to remove right now, is a sword. And if you look carefully at it, you might know who this is, especially by the color, but I'll talk more about this a little bit later. Now, here's the main body of the Combiner team. And yes, I said Combiner team. These four are part of a new thing that they're doing in the Combiner Force subline, where they're actually doing combiners. At least their own version of kid-friendly combiners. So, before I go any further, yeah, these are their vehicle modes. Not bad. Got the right amount of detail. Even has a very tiny Autobot symbol there on the grill. Like, I'm impressed by how show accurate these are. These look exactly like they do on the show, which is really nice. Grimlock being, I think, the worst looking one because of this massive tail, but kind of happens when you gotta simplify for the kiddies. Even though I don't think you should, but there you go. So, might as well go on to transforming them, and let's get the hardest one to transform out of the way, which is Strong Arm here. So, get ready. This is super, super complicated. You hold Strong Arm like this, flip her up, and then you pinch, I said pinch the shoulders, and that's it. Pretty good amount of detail for what it is, and nice head sculpt. Looks just like the Strong Arm. I'm going to put her off to the side. I'm going to put her right there. Right there. Then we have Sideswipe, who's just as difficult as her, if not even more difficult. Stand them up. Pinch. Well, the pinching doesn't work that well here. Just separate these arms. And then fold forward for the feet. It's so difficult. It's the hardest transformation ever. And then we get to Bumblebee, who's actually a little bit more involved. You stand them up, just like before. You take the feet here, you take these pieces here and fold them back to reveal the feet. Then you come here, separate, pull out the arm a little bit, pull out the arm a little bit. And then if you want, you can like maybe separate the legs out a bit. You don't have to, but separate out a bit. And then you come in here and flip up. Bumblebee head, and there is Bumblebee. Right there. Put him right there. And then Grimlock, who is the actual most complicated one here. He's the most involved in transformation. So get here. Fold this like that. Fold this like that. I like that each one that they managed to actually squeeze out an individual robot mode for each one. Arms down. And for this, you're supposed to fold this down. Like so, fold it down. There we go. Just fold them down. And then you break them in half. Then you snap them in half. Pull up this part. And then come in here. And pull out the head. Then just connect them together. And just make sure it line up so that it clicks together. Then come in here. Flip out. Kind of hard to do. There we go. You really get your nail in there to flip out his claws, his hands. And there we go. That is Grimlock in his robot mode, and not bad. Not bad for how simple these figures are. I'm actually quite impressed by how detailed they are, considering they're aimed at like a younger demographic. But they're able to actually capture the look of the characters quite nicely, which is not bad. Grimlock is obviously the most articulated one because his arms can go 360 and has a reverse elbow and a little bit of in and out, and that's it. That gives him the most articulation. Bumblebee might have the least amount of articulation. Let me rephrase that, because once again, you can open and close the legs a bit, and the arms can do this. And that's it. These two, tiny bit of in and out, tiny bit of in and out. And this one might have some feet. So yes, they have no articulation, honestly. The only one with any kind of articulation, any kind of true articulation, is Grimlock, who can actually move his arms and has an elbow and a little bit of wrist, action. Yeah, but yeah, similar to the Crash Combiner I reviewed, these are just very, very simple transformations. These are nothing. These are like, I can see any kid can just pick these up and transform them, no problem. I think the only ones that might give them a struggle would be these two, because they're a bit more involved. In particular, Grimlock, because you have to like be very precise with the head movement. So he's the most difficult one to transform here, and he's really nuts because he's just a couple of steps. Okay, so let's get on to the whole point of this thing, to the whole point here, and form them into their combiner, which is referred to as Ultra B. So first, we get Grimlock, which one thing I'm going to say, well, no, I'll mention it later, yeah. Grimlock. Let's get him into his legs mode, because he turns into the legs. So you split him, fold down the head. You don't really do much, you just split him like that, fold in the arms, bend the elbow on the opposite side, like so. Then you flip this up, like this. Like, not flip, but you move this, you move the entire arm like this, and rotate it forward like this. Make sure the dino arms are down. Flip them over. Then take these legs, fold the feet around like so. Like so, and there we have the legs. And you can even see the combiner connector here that's similar to the Crash Combiners. Which, funny enough, this is also compatible with Crash Combiners, but man, do they look weird. Does it look weird combining them? Like, you can try it if you want, but the results will be kind of weird. He will get pretty tall. And essentially, these combiners are the robots in disguise answer to Voyager classes, because there aren't any. In terms of standard Transformers, this line, what they have, put the head down, are basically deluxe classes in terms of regular Transformers. You know, non-gimmicky ones. And then other than that, that's pretty much it. So these combiners are their answer to Voyagers, which is neat. Which I'll give it, this is actually pretty neat when you have the whole team. So open this up, take these arms and pull them, push them back, like so, pour them towards the back like that. Then for this part, fold up and then bend to reveal this piece. And then you have to, before that, come in here, pull this out, pull out this panel, this forms the rest of the chest, and then connect it there. Said connect it there. There we go. Connect it there. Fold this up, and this is the other combiner. This is the arm connector. Same thing here. Fold out. Whoops. May have did a reveal there, which I shouldn't. Hopefully it didn't come out. You have the chest, and then might as well do it now since it was sort of shot. When you push this button, you reveal the Ultra B head. Normally I save that for the end, but it triggered. And if you probably saw something weird, which this kind of does when you, sometimes when you press the button to flip up the head, it'll also flip up the regular Bumblebee head, which has this really weird effect. That looks kind of weird. So just push it back down. Oh, there we go. Sometimes it won't do it. So there's the Ultra B head. This is the Ultra B body. Then you connect it like a Crash Combiner. Just connect it like so. Boom. And there it is. And it's a pretty sturdy connection. Not going to lie. It's not bad. Pretty tough. Then we get to the arms. Let's go with Sideswipe, who's the most complicated of the two. Just fold these back down. Flip this up. Get your finger in there. Flip out the combiner hand. Fold this back down. You'll see like little grooves where this is like can land on. Fold out the thumb. I'm gonna make him be. He can be either arm, but I'm gonna have him be the left arm. Fold the face down, and then you have the connector, and you just combine it here. To be fair, this kind, like combining this guy kind of reminds me of the old school Power Rangers, where they're like where they're fairly simple. So this is the same thing. Just open this up, bring the hand down, do that. Make sure it's connected there. Fold down. There's the connector, and then combine. And there is Ultra B, which has slightly more articulation than Grimlock. Not much, just slightly more articulation. And yeah, he is about the size of size and price as a Voyager class, and more particular like a last night movie Voyager class. And there he is, and he looks pretty cool. Here's a Warnado for a size comparison. And yeah, I'm brought back Light Core Warnado here. Yeah, there he is. Warnado's disappointed, so let's get him out of here. So yeah. Let me show off a little bit of articulation. This is his articulation. Arms can go 360 on both sides. Up a bit. Like I said, he is around Voyager size. And legs can go, if you bowl it right, he can do an amazing kick. Or if you don't tweak it, he can do a pretty good kick. And that's it. His legs do not swing forward. I do not know why, but they could not add the extra hinge there or swivel to cause this leg to move forward. It doesn't do that. It only opens. He can only do splits, which is very weird. Plus, he's got a rotation. He's got a little bit of swivel action here by the thigh, here on the leg, and some rotation, and even a little bit of, I guess, reverse ankle pivot if you want to do that here on the foot. So yes. He has he has more articulation than the sum of his parts, but it's still not much. And then, well, yeah, my biggest complaint, why doesn't he have more articulation? I don't get it. Like I said, you're better off, and I'm going to say you're better off buying an actual Voyager, which has like 10 times the amount of articulation than this thing. This thing just has basic, like 1985 action figure articulation. If not, maybe a little bit more, but that's about it. Okay, but in terms of design-wise, he looks pretty cool. The combiner is simple, straightforward, and just looks really nice. This is a really cool little combiner. And as far as I can remember, I don't recall any 4-bot combiners, even though technically the team is sold as a 4-bot combiner, but technically there are 5, like in the show. And that's where I bring the sword back. Because if you look closely here at the hilt, you can kind of see the head crest and the shoulder armors. This is drift. Yeah. In this combiner team, drift is also part of it. But he turns into the Ultra B weapon, which if you fold down the thumb, you can peg it. Like you can peg it here. Peg it onto the hand. Flip the thumb back up. And there's Ultra B with the drift sword. And yeah, this is which technically is still a 5-bot team. There are 5 Autobots involved in this. It's just in combining in making the main robot, it's only 4 with Drift serving as the weapon. But it's still a 5-bot team in my opinion. Drift is there, but it's kind of unfortunate they don't mention Drift. And one thing about Drift, which is weird about the Drift sword, is that it has articulation. You can actually bend it. I don't know why. My guess would be, let me just take them off really quick, because you can actually store them on Bumblebee's back, on the Ultra Bee's back, by clipping it here. Sort of clipping it there on these grooves, which mileage may vary on it, but yeah, it'll stick there. And then you can like bend this back like this, and you can just have the sword there without the hilt, without the handle, sort of being exposed. That's the only thing I could think of with that being there. And also moving it, also having it turn a bit makes it work as Grimlock's Dino Tail. And that's about it. Let me have him hold it again. I actually like him holding the sword. The holding Drift as a sword. It's kind of weird. Like I said, this kind of combination I don't recall happening before. It's 4 bots having one big combiner, and then the 5th bot is a weapon. Now, I've seen Target Masters. That's the whole point of Target Masters, them combining into weapons. But this is a full-size bot becoming a weapon. That I don't remember that happening. Or at least that is not common. That's kind of rare, if it ever happened before at all. So overall, Ultra B is pretty good. Like, for what it is, it's pretty good. I kind of wish it was a little cheaper, like, because it has no articulation. It really doesn't. It barely moves, but the combination aspect, I guess, kind of like the Crash Combiner. It's a cool gimmick. I find this one a little bit better. And it is cool that it's the size of a Voyager, but you're better off for the price of this thing getting an actual Voyager, and if you get your money's worth. Yeah, here you're getting 4 toys and a weapon, 4 figures and a weapon, but the figures by themselves are nothing special. Outside of the cars being pretty good cars, because the robots do nothing. They just stand there. They're just statues. And this has more posability, but it's still basically just a glorified statue. Or a brick, as they used to call it back in the old days. But yeah, overall, this is a solid figure for kids. It's a cool little introductory combiner for little kids. So I recommend you getting this, getting Ultra B here for your little Transformer fans. If you have a sort of up and coming Transformer fan, they want some figures. I can safely say that this is a great gift for any kids out there that are into Transformers, because here you have the entire main team plus Drift as the sword, and they combine together in a simple way. Plus, like, even the individual robots capture the look of the characters that they do on the show. They did a good job. I would have liked, I guess more for Grimlock and the arms, a little more paint apps to sort of get more details out. But for what it is, it's not bad. I just feel it should be a little bit cheaper. I think Voyager price is a bit much, even though it has the size, but it doesn't have anywhere near the articulations or the features. But yeah, not bad. Let's bring Warnado back here for size. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's okay. I can say it's okay. It's not for me. It's not meant for me. It's meant for little kids. But for little kids, I can imagine they can get a real kick out of this. This is a really nice... even I myself had fun sort of combining it together. It reminds me back of the old Power Ranger, like the old school Power Ranger Megazord days, where, combining it was basically all they could do. Like, the individual Zords didn't do anything kind of like this. So yeah, it's okay. And I recommend it for any, I guess, parents out there who wants to get a gift. I recommend it. It's a pretty cool gift. But like I said with my Crash Combiner, wait a little bit longer when I guess the kids are a little older and get them an actual Voyager class. Like, go into like either The Last Night or Generations, or Combiner, or not a Combiner, with Titan's Return or Power of the Primes when that comes out, and get them an actual Voyager, which I think would be better for them in the long run. This is fine, not the best. So yeah. This has been my review of the Transformers RiD Combiner Force Ultra B and his team. This is Composite EnerJoe signing off. Peace out.